Hello and welcome to the Philippines. That is J Center Mall in Mandaue City to the left. And I am walking, trying not to get run over here. And always look because there'll be a motorbike coming down between vehicles, sharing the lane. And anyway, I'm going to walk down here. I'm going to go left, further towards into Mandaue City, and point out a few things along the way. Discuss a little bit about what's happening in the news here with travel. Team, TEAM, and I stopped and asked him. Each city has their own traffic enforcers. What does TEAM stand for?
Huh?
TEAM, what does it stand for? What does it mean?
Traffic Enforcement Agency of Mandaue.
Okay, very good. Thank you. So it's Traffic Enforcement Agency of Mandaue, I think is what he said. And Cebu City has its own, and over the last couple of years, every city has been hiring what they call traffic enforcers. I think Cebu City has hired over 100 more, and they're stationing them sometimes at intersections, to even where there's a traffic light, to direct traffic. But usually you don't see them at intersections. Where you see them is standing alongside the roads and pulling over vehicles. I don't know if it's random or not, or if they've got a spotter looking for certain types of vehicles to pull over. And they're pulling over motorbikes, they're pulling over automobiles, commercial vehicles. Anyway, here's lots of motorbikes, motorcycles, motor scooters, and lots of repair shops as well. But they are checking for driver's license and registration, the proper paperwork, and confiscating vehicles when they have to. Occasionally, on occasion, I've seen them at corners, and they're watching for people who are running red lights or making turns where they're not allowed to make turns, those sorts of things, and giving citations. But it's rare that I see that type of thing. I tried to buy a few items from this motorcycle shop here, carburetor cleaner and a couple other things. Came to less than 2,000 pesos, and gave them my credit card, and they said, "We don't take foreign credit cards, sir." And I didn't have a lot of cash on me, so I said, well, I can't buy it now. I'll come back another time or find it another place, which I did. So that'll happen. Not every place takes foreign credit cards. And talk to this guy a little bit. These goods come down from Manila. Everything gets shipped sooner or later. If it doesn't come, usually it comes on a ferry. It comes on a ship among the various islands. And then the trucks, of course, go to the warehouses and pick up stock to be delivered during the day. Lots of different delivery companies, names you're not familiar with. I've seen a couple of UPS trucks, and I've seen a couple of FedEx trucks. In fact, there's a company just on my corner that handles several different shipping packages. FedEx, UPS, different things, and so I see a FedEx truck out here. Occasionally a UPS truck. UPS told me they only have just a very limited number of vehicles in town. Nuat Thai, that is a massage place. They've got a chain of them around, lots of them in town. Very cheap to get a massage in the Philippines. And unlike Thailand, what I've been told, unlike Thailand, which is generally what they call, it's assumed you want a happy ending unless you tell them you don't want. In the Philippines, most of the massage places are legit. They're not. Well, just leave it at that. Legit. You go in, you get a massage. And there are the other type. You can find them around. But anyway, that is what it is. But this street has lots of motorbike repair shops and sales shops as well. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going on with travel here. Cebu Province. Now, Governor Garcia, Gwen Garcia, the governor of Cebu Province, and that includes Camotes Islands, includes Bantayan Island, Malapascua Island. Anyway, it does not include Cebu City. Cebu City is an independent city. I believe Mandaue City and Lapu-Lapu City, what we call the Tri-Cities, are also independent. Not absolutely positive, but where the mayors have the say in things. Anyway, several months ago, I think maybe February, Governor Garcia came out with a executive order, something like that, that said, I'm going to allow non-vaccinated people into Cebu Province, but they'll have to undergo a quarantine anywhere. They were the DOH, Department of Health, and IATF, a number of agencies protested about that, and I don't know if that ever actually happened. And there are some laws. There are laws that say the federal government, for instance, I believe, and I'm not going to quote friendly girls, I'm not going to quote all the laws and everything, but this is what I read and heard and understand, that the federal government has, in an emergency situation, can have 6 months control over local jurisdictions. And well, they've had control basically for 2 years, over 2 years, and she's saying that you no longer have that control. Don't know what happened with the video speeding up there briefly. Maybe I think I was running to try to catch the light up here. I think that's what I was doing. So that's one thing, and then there are a couple other laws that talk about the LGUs, local government units, having the final say over things. Anyway, she recently, just in the last day or so, she said that no masks are required out in the open, uncrowded places in the province. There again, she's not the governor of Cebu City, but in the province, outside of Cebu City, basically. And the somebody in one of the Department of Interior and Local Governments, I believe, come out and said, no, you have to obey the federal guidelines. And he said, I want the police, the PNP, the Philippine National Police, to arrest anybody and give citations out to anybody you catch not wearing masks. Well, the fact of the matter, on the street, it's not my opinion, it's my observation. For many, many, many months, what goes on in real life on the street, especially once you get out of the cities, is that fewer and fewer and fewer people have been wearing masks. Even helmets, helmet laws are, once you get out of the city, many people do not wear helmets riding scooters and motorbikes. That's reality. Same thing goes for many other things. Vaccination cards, for instance. These businesses need all, they've gone 2 years with little or no business. And when they put the rule in, well, you need to be vaccinated, show a vaccination card to get into the mall or to get into the businesses. Almost never, 99% of businesses need every customer they can possibly get to try to survive, those that have survived this long. And they might have a sign on their door, but reality is virtually nobody, and I mean nobody, is checking those type of things. More friendly Filipino girls. Now the U.S., I read, is dropping PCR tests, antigen tests for people flying back to the U.S., flying to the U.S. And one article I said we don't know if that includes just U.S. citizens or all travelers, international travelers. And most articles I read made it sound like it was all travelers. But don't take my advice and go by that. If you're an international traveler, be sure to check and make sure what the requirements are. The airlines will know, and for those of you who are getting ready to fly, what I suggest you do is go to the airlines, several airlines that you are checking on, and they will have a list of requirements. And inquire with them, because if they don't let you on the plane, you aren't going to fly. And this is an agricultural shop here. Buy your chicks. I don't know if they have ducks or just chickens. But all the grains and feeds, all that type of thing, you can buy their supplies. And this is a major intersection. It does have a traffic light. And one thing about traffic lights in the Philippines, or in Cebu City, Mandaue City anyway, and I'm in Mandaue City, is that they tend to be very long. And they don't tend to be timed. When you have one, and there's pretty long distances between traffic lights here on the main roads. And I found they never seem to be timed, so people race to the next red light basically. They do have some like this that have walk signals, and they've got countdown timers on some of them, so you know when they're going to switch. There's still a lot of lights that were destroyed in December 16th, 17th, during Typhoon Odette, that are still not operational at many busy signals. Sorry about that umbrella hanging out there. Not sure what I was doing, but I think I was trying to fold it up because the rain, the sprinkling, had stopped there. Now, one thing, that motorbike just pulled ahead of me. That wasn't a problem. But what I've had many times when I'm walking is that a motorbike will pull into a driveway, gas station, petrol station, or some other driveway, right in front of me, almost running over my toes, when it would have been just as easy and much more polite to go in behind me. And I tell you, there's more than once my blood got a little bit to the boiling point. I've had cars do the same thing. They could easily just slow down just a bit and drive in behind me. But no, they just about run you over as they pull right in front of you instead. I'll be doing another video about rental rates and that sort of thing, real estate here in the near future. My observation is that I do see more foreigners in town, but not nearly as many as might be expected. You look at night, you look at the dozens and dozens of different condominiums and hotels, and you still see for the most part very few of the rooms lit up, and and you go into the parking ramps. Another key, go into the parking ramps that back in the old days, 2 years ago plus, would have many vehicles inside, and there's very few vehicles inside parked. So the number of indications, and then of course you can ask people at the front desk, ask people, and I've asked a number of places, do you have many guests? No sir, no, we don't have many guests. And I've been in a number of hotels and checked. So that is the situation until I think 90% of the people who would travel are not, or 95% probably, who would like to travel are not going to travel. Well, there's still questions about restrictions, because you don't know from one day to the next. One of the counties in California put mask mandates back on because they've got increasing. After our elections here, where there were many huge political rallies And so lots of people, they're not social distancing, not wearing masks. And so they have seen, some areas they've seen a little bit of an uptick in cases, but still extremely, extremely low. What we're getting is more dengue cases, mosquito-borne dengue. And so that's an issue. We're in the wetter season. But anyway, getting back to travel, you know, I can travel Cebu province pretty much at will, and the islands. But I would not, because they can change the rules. The different, like Bohol, different provinces can change. They got their local government rules, and they can change the rules. So get over there, and then you're going to have an issue getting back or something. And just pretty much plan on not traveling here or abroad, not with abroad to a foreign country until pretty much all the restrictions are down and you can travel freely. And most people, I think, feel the same way. There's a couple things. The high cost of travel presently, inflation, two factors. The high inflation rates, increased cost of living may cause more people to travel and find cheaper places to move to, retire to. But also the high cost of airfare and such may stop them, and plus the restrictions may stop them from traveling. Try to put that off later. I'll do another video, perhaps on another medium other than YouTube. YouTube doesn't like certain types of discussions, but there's information out there about the coming recession, that type of thing, food shortages, and I think some of those kind of things. YouTube has they're kind of a political correct stance on a lot of things. If you don't agree with the media, the government narrative, they've been censoring a lot of top doctors, scientists when they disagree with the narrative. So anyway, that's about it from here in the Philippines. Stay safe, stay healthy. Hope we can all travel and have fun again soon. Take care.